please do head over to afternoonexpress.co.za where you can find the full ingredients list and recipe to today's treats. Now born and raised in the Midlands, renowned chef Jackie Cameron made her first set of biscuits under the watchful eye of her grandmothers. Sticking to her roots, she set up the Jackie Cameron School of Food and Wine in KZN. And today, she's here to talk about her books and how her school came to be. Jackie, welcome.
Oh, thank you very much. Lovely to be here.
I'm just like, finally, I get to meet you. I've heard so much about you. But before we get into your reputation, honey, I mean, you're a cookbook author. You've been on international cooking shows. You've got your own cooking school. But where did these humble roots come from?
Sure. When I think about food, everything in my life is always revolved around the kitchen dining room table. My grandfather had his own butchery in Pietermaritzburg. My grandmother's just everything they made was delicious, and my mother too. So it was a very natural process for me when I was kind of starting to think about what career to do, that I was going to go into chefing. And after school, studied in Durban, then went to Johannesburg, and came back to the Midlands, never thinking I was going to be at Hertford House for nearly 12 years. And then it was opening my school. 2 cookbooks later, tell us all about them and its inspiration. So the cookbooks, I always just wanted a book by the age of 30. So that was the first book, which was Jackie Cameron Cooks at Home. And the second was Baking with Jackie Cameron. I say it like I'm not Jackie Cameron.
I know, but you know, that's when you know when your name precedes you, honey. You're like, with Jackie Cameron. I love it. I'm here for it.
You know, and for me it was, as a child, I always had a diary. I always wrote in a diary. So for me, documenting things was always very important. And I feel that if it's not in a recipe book, it hasn't been documented. And I feel that both of the books are filled with recipes that are special, recipes that we use in the kitchen, that I use in my school on a day-to-day basis. And I just feel that there are recipes that people need to be cooking, in their home kitchens. And special. Each one of them it's not just compiling a whole lot of recipes and putting it into a book. For me, if we open a page, there's a kind of a memory, a history, a reason for it being in that book.
So many incredible young aspiring chefs have graduated from your school. Some very close to my heart, some that have even walked in this Afternoon Express loft. What is it that just made you say, you know what, I want to go into teaching these beautiful passions of mine? And not only that, I'm going to flip the question and ask, what do you think your students get provided at that school?
Yeah, you see, so I was in the restaurant industry, and at Hertford, I was there for nearly 12 years. And I had 60 students from all the chef schools in the country. And, don't tell them, but I obviously asked my students, what's great about your chef school? What's not great about your chef school? Then all the top chefs in the country are my good friends. So then I would speak to my good friends and I would say, what's great about students? What's not great about students? What do we need? So my school it's small. I only take maximum 15 students every year. But it really is about a new age course on what this industry needs. And that's why my students have been so successful when they've gone out into the industry. It's not just that my students aren't numbers. They have a name. It's about getting them employed. It's about, because I guarantee 100% that I will find them a job after the course.
Now Jackie Cameron Cooks at Home and Baking with Jackie Cameron are must-haves, and 2 lucky viewers could walk away with this set of Chef Jackie's books if you have been inspired. All you need to do is answer this question. What is one life lesson your grandparents have taught you? Share all of your answers on the Afternoon Express Facebook page. Terms and conditions can be found on afternoonexpress.co.za. This competition closes at 12 p.m. Monday, the 22nd of November, 2021. Now on social media, this is the question we like to pose to our viewers, and today's one goes a little like this. Are you the host with the most? On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you enjoy entertaining your family and friends during the festive season? Now there's so much more Afternoon Express coming your way. back to Afternoon Express, where things are about to get really interesting. The competition is truly heating up. Now, last week, we met our first contestant, Nolan Adimulam, a young chef from KZN who wowed the judges with his dish. Today, we edge closer to finding out who has what it takes to take home the coveted role of Excel a Young Chef and that grand prize of 10,000 Rand. Let's meet our next contestant. We're in the second leg of our Excel a Young Chefs competition, and I must say, things are certainly heated up in the Afternoon Express loft. We've got our second contestant ready for action. Her name is Anam, and she hails all the way from the Eastern Cape. Let's find out more about her.
I am Anam Gonzo and I am 22 years old. I'm known as Chef Annie and I am from King Williamstown. I started cooking at the age of 11 with the help of my mother. Of course, I started having an interest when I was still in grade 4 and I was like, Mom, can I please cook? And she was like, cool. And then that's when my passion developed. And in high school, I decided to do consumer studies as one of my subjects, which had cooking practicals and stuff. So that's when I actually felt like, you know what, I'm gonna go for this after high school. I entered because I saw this as a great opportunity for me as a young chef, and it's gonna expose me to more opportunities, and I love cooking, so I was like, why not showcase it on TV?
How are you feeling, baby girl?
I'm super ready and slightly nervous.
Well, you know what? There ain't no time to be nervous because your time starts in 3, 2, 1. Let's get cooking.
So I'll be making Excel rainbow pinwheels, which will include of cheese sauce, rainbow peppers, chicken, and bacon. I'm starting with the cheese sauce, and I'm just melting the butter. And once the butter is melted, I'll be adding in my flour, stirring it to form a roux, which is like a paste. I used to work at a hotel, so there we used to prepare platters for like functions and stuff. So I started this idea there. I started to add bacon and chicken, and the recipe just improved. Firstly, I'll be adding a bit of Excel oil on the pan. I like streaky bacon because it's much more easier to like work with. What I'm doing here is I'm frying the bacon and the onion. Then once that's done, I'm gonna fry the chicken. It's important to keep using the same pan because it brings in so much more flavor. You're not missing out on any flavor. I finished my chicken, I got my bacon down now. I just wanna grate some cheese and heat up the sauce, add the cheese in, and then start assembling my dish. And then once the chicken has cooked, place it on a chopping board, cut it into pieces.
Girl, you've got 30 minutes on the clock. It seems as if something just happened. What did you forget?
Yeah, I forgot to chop the peppers.
That is...
Luckily, I remembered just in time.
That is what this game is all about.
Yeah.
It truly is a competition, putting you to your paces, and also, you know, are you able to perform under pressure?
Exactly.
Do you think that you're doing well so far?
I am doing well so far.
What do you cook at home ordinarily?
I like to explore with flavors, with texture and everything. So yeah, I always try to create new recipes and new dishes.
A versatile queen, and I'm here for it. Well, Anam has 30 more minutes on the clock. Hopefully she makes it count.
I have laid my pastry and I've cut it into strips, added the cheese sauce, now I'm sprinkling some chicken. Now we are just layering all the ingredients on top. I am starting to feel the pressure now, but as soon as this is in the oven, I am good to go. Now I'm just going to start with my plating. So firstly, I'll be preparing my side salad. Now I also want to quickly do my Excel mayonnaise dressing. Add a bit of the cheese sauce in for more flavor.
You have got 30 seconds left on the clock for you to plate up. The judges are waiting. Okay, Siswami, keep going, keep going. Are you going to put that last one on?
I am.
About 10 seconds left. In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. That is it. Siswami, step away from your plate. I hope that you've done your very best.
I have. I am pleased. I'm pleased.
With not a second to spare on her 1-hour challenge, this is Anam with her incredible savory rainbow pin rolls.
Now that I've got my dish on the plate and everything looks nice, the pressure is off me, I must say, but I am feeling a bit nervous as well for the judgment. I deserve to be Excella's Young Chef winner for 2021 because I brought in the creativity. My dish does look wonderful. Hopefully it tastes great.
Anam might have just left the kitchen, but trust me, the energies are definitely high in the loft. Welcome back to our judges, and now, Dumi, trust me, this one was a close one.
Palesa, watching Anam, I was sweating bullets because it was very, very close there, but I'm glad that she made it.
Anam definitely put magic on a plate. Presentation-wise, what are your feelings, Anam?
Yes, she wanted something colourful, and I like that there is like a lovely salad, green, the different colours, and then the little flowers.
Already just cutting through it, before you give us your impression on the taste, how does it look?
What I'm worried about, I can see from the outside it doesn't look cooked. I'm not going to judge before I taste, but for me, visually, it doesn't look cooked.
I'd have to agree with Anal because she did definitely struggle with time, and it's evident because the pastry is slightly undercooked. But the one thing I do love though, she did mention flavor, and I'm definitely getting those flavors. The bacon, the mayo, the cheese sauce that she's got in there, the mayo in the actual dressing also works perfectly with everything. So I think we've got a definite contender.
And now the stakes couldn't be higher, with 10,000 Rand as the prize money up for grabs. What are your initial thoughts tasting these delicious, well, I feel like they're delicious and flavorful.
I think she was very clever with the flavours, that I must say. And what I noticed, she tasted all this stuff during the period of time. I appreciate that. I can taste the cheese sauce in the mayonnaise, so I find that extremely creative as well.
Ladies, now is the time. Her entire hour has all culminated to this very moment. What are your overall thoughts on Anam's signature dish?
If there's one thing I have to commend her on, it's the flavor. She definitely brought the flavor in the pinwheels and in the salad as well. And one thing I can definitely overlook is that pastry, because she was able to make it up with the flavors.
I must be honest, the same mistake as that what Nolan made. There was no seasoning actually on the salad. That is my, remember, it's seasoning. And I'm also missing seasoning in the pinwheels as well, a little bit of seasoning. That's not my palate. But overall, I am a little bit disappointed because they knew they had to do it in 1 hour. And she took a lot of time chopping away. She could have just reined that a bit in, and then she would have been fine.
Well, thank you so much yet again, judges, with 2 contestants down and 2 more to go. If you want in on this delicious rainbow pinwheel recipe, please do head over to afternoonexpress.co.za and you can be cooking like Chef Annie. Unlock Red this summer with Vodacom's Red plans and amazing Black Friday deals. With up to 70% off smartphones, laptops, fiber, and so much more every weekend this November.
You had me at Black Friday.
Girl, I love deals. I'm so obsessed with Black Friday because we get to make some savings, honey. And there truly are amazing deals out there. Wouldn't you agree?
I definitely agree, and I'm hoping to save a bit because I've been spending too much on data.
Data. Cell phone. I think my entire salary goes to my cell phone and my cell phone plan. But this one I want you to listen up on because I just love a good deal. And let me tell you something. Vodacom has those amazing deals this weekend and every weekend till the end of the month. This is what I love about the Black Friday deals, especially with what Vodacom is doing, because it's making it easier on our pockets, Mzansi. And backed by popular demand, they'll be running that insane SIM deal again this week. Now listen to this, Dumi. Vodacom is having this insane SIM-only deal this weekend where you can get a SIM-only package with 600 gigabyte data for only 299 Rand per month. Now this was 999 Rand per month. Now that's a total of 70% off. Now you might be wondering, how much in rands? That's 16,800 Rand over 24 months.
What? That definitely is a saving because I know I spend more than than 300 Rand a month on data. So that's definitely a saving.
Absolutely, Dumi. I mean, you've said the words. I couldn't have said it better myself. And you also need to remember that this deal is only for this weekend and it's limited to the first 500 customers.
I think I've said this before, but I'm your weekend special. I'm heading there.
Wow, guys, I mean, I think we've said it all the time when it comes to these Black Friday deals that you know where to go this weekend. Head over to Vodacom and unlock these great Black Friday deals and unlock Red this November.
Unlock Black Friday deals with Vodacom every weekend this November with up to 70% off smartphones, laptops, fiber and more. Don't miss out. Further together. Vodacom.
Express yourself.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express, where the focus this week is all on summer dining entertainment. And we have got none other than Jackie Cameron in the loft. Now, Dumi, welcome back as well, girl. We haven't seen you yet.
You haven't seen me, but I was just listening to Jackie speaking and it brought back so many memories, brought back so much love about the reason why I became a chef. You know, it just made me realize that I'm doing the right thing and I need to stay this course.
I love it. I'm so glad to have both of you in the kitchen. But let's get cooking.
There we go.
Gingerbread is delicious just as is, but Jackie loves it with some delicious cream cheese icing. Today, we're also topping it with some sugar cinnamon sprinkle and a dollop of Clover Classic Dairy Snack. It's a winner and perfect for that summer entertaining at home.
This is my grandmother's recipe. So we're going to be adding all the dry ingredients into the bowl, and the sieve is a little bit small. It's home cooking. If it goes a little bit over, it's not going to be the end of the world. Okay. We've got some bicarb, some salt, and your spices that we've got here. So it's a gingerbread. So definitely there's ginger powder in here.
And you decided to opt for ginger powder. What if someone decided to go for actual raw ginger?
Yeah, you know, this is a recipe. It's an old school recipe. It's got lots of flavor, it's got lots of texture, and this, you can really mix it up. It's going to work. You know, I made this when I was a tiny tot, and I probably forgot something. I probably put something extra, and I probably put double the amount in at one stage, and it worked.
You're topping it with a tasty cream cheese frosting, which I see what we've got here. We've got some cream cheese that is softened because we want to be able to, you know, spread it nicely on top of our gingerbread. And then we've also got some icing sugar. Is there a reason why we always use icing sugar and not those other sugars like your brown sugars or your caster sugars in this specific?
So the icing sugar, it adds the sweetness, but it's also got a bit of corn flour into it, inside of it. So it's just really a thickening. It adds a lovely texture, and also it doesn't get grainy. It gets lovely, yeah, it gets a great texture.
Awesome.
It kind of adds a voluptuousness to it.
And then could I also add a ginger spice to the icing itself?
I would, yeah, you know, this is, you know, people must just use recipes as guidelines. They mustn't use, you know, so often people say, oh, I can't make this because I don't have that, or I don't have, if you don't have ginger, if you don't have cinnamon, just put another, like a sweet spice into it, yeah.
Okay.
So don't overcomplicate it.
Okay.
I love it, but I do love my gingerbread spicy, honey. I want to kind of be like, I don't know, there's something
So
about
then add 3 times the amount of ginger. You know, don't, just really. So while you're doing that, can I?
Please, carry on.
Okay.
Love it.
So I've got caster sugar, I've got butter, I've got eggs, syrup. I'm just going to be mixing all my wet ingredients together. Some warm water over here. So just adding, and then this, we've got the syrup here. And I often just say, if you just put a little bit before you measure it out.
Okay.
If you just either spray it with an aerosol, or if you put some water into it, like, and then it's, when you're taking it out, it's just so much easier. So you kind of like line, so like here, now this has got the water in, then you put the syrup or glucose or something like that, and then it comes out of the...
So much easier because
so much easier. It doesn't kind of stick here.
It's a nightmare. Essentially, you're now fighting with all your ingredients, trying to get it in the bowl.
Yeah.
I love that nice tip, trick. I'm here for it. But essentially, when we are having something as fiery as a gingerbread can be, some people like to tone it a little down. You need some creaminess just to balance the flavors. And today, we've decided to go for our Clover Classic Dairy Snack. Now, what I love about this dairy snack is absolutely smooth and creamy, according to Clover's unique recipe. And essentially, you can also count on it as a good source of vitamins. And today, we're using the 500 gram, but it comes in various sizes as well. So I'm gonna do something a little naughty. I'm just gonna scoop it like this and have a taste.
I love that you've chosen to scoop it up, Bali, because the flavor you're going with now is vanilla, and it pairs perfectly with the gingerbread that we're having right now. So I know it comes in a variety of flavors, so you could even use any other flavor that you'd use, but the vanilla will work perfectly for the gingerbread we're having now.
And it's also not too sweet.
Not at all.
I think also, yeah, it's bringing out, I'm sure it's bringing out the maximum flavor of the gingerbread. It's not kind of overwhelming it. Yeah, I made a well in the center of the flour, and now I'm just adding all the liquid ingredients and just incorporating it. You want to incorporate everything, but you don't want to over mix it. You never want to overmix.
Because I was about to ask that, because I see you're adding it in increments. You didn't add all the wet ingredients at once. Is there a reason specifically for that?
Yeah, just so it's all...
fully incorporated.
Fully incorporated, yeah. And you're just doing it, because otherwise you might find that it gets a little bit lumpy, or if you add it all at one stage, yeah.
And then essentially, once you've worked that together quite well to a lovely consistency.
Mixed it together.
Mixed it together.
Worked it.
You can
Work
see
it, baby.
who is not the chef. But this is a masterclass, and learn along with me. Okay, so chef, you'd work that in. It will go into your baking tray in the oven for it to look like that delicious masterpiece Tumi is topping that icing on. How long does it need to be in the oven, and what temperature?
So you must always get to know your recipe, get to know your recipes, get to know your oven. So a recipe is only a guideline, and I think people really need to get to know that. So that, and we're going to put it into at 180.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place it here, grease-proof paper, just to make it easier to come out, so when you lift it up, at 180, and on the recipe it says for 20 to 30 minutes. So, you know, some ovens are a little bit hotter. I suggest when you do get an oven, always put an oven thermometer inside of it and just test it. But do get to know your oven and do, because it makes all the difference.
I'm definitely going to try this at home, and if you would like to do the same, please do head over to afternoonexpress.co.za.
So, we've had classic fashion from Timby, classic cars, thanks Chad, and we've seen classic hairstyles. And you, Michael? Classic.
A classic range from Clover. Timeless taste.
Made with love by Clover.
As the festive season approaches, Clicks is helping to lighten the load this holiday by offering customers the #1 destination for all your gifting needs, stocking fillers, and so much more. I recently got to experience this firsthand with an in-store festive season trolley dash, all for a good cause. Let's take a look and see how well or not I performed under pressure. TK.
How you doing, my babe?
Girl, I'm so good. I mean, I am so excited to be here. And let's be honest, Clicks is the #1 destination for all of your gifting needs this festive season. They really have gorgeous gifts for everyone. But today, we're putting a twist on the gifting game with an in-store festive season trolley dash, where our beauty squad member TK will count me down with just 1 minute to fill my trolley with as many purple sticker items I can find.
But you know what the best part is, Pally? All the gifting essentials that you'll be collecting today will be donated, listen to this, to a beneficiary nominated by the Clicks Helping Hand Trust. Now, this is a gender-based violence organization operational in the Western Cape called Women Against Rape. Now, today is all about celebrating the joy of giving. Are you ready? How are you feeling? Are you nervous? Are you excited? Talk to me.
Girl, I was born ready. I'm so excited for this trolley dash. When I say that this has been a childhood fantasy, girl, it would be an understatement. It's truly been a dream come true. Who wouldn't want to fill up their trolley with Clicks goodies? And it's for a good cause, I'm for it.
Now, do you have a game plan in place? I mean, like 60 seconds to grab the mostesses. What's your plan?
Honestly, TK, half of my game plan has been taken care of. Clicks has sectioned off a perfect corner of the store filled with their purple sticker items. Now, all that's left for me is to remember those women against rape and what their needs are, their gifting essential needs.
Right, let's do this. 3, 2, 1. Start dashing. Woo! Yes, girl, get it. So she's starting off with some of the essentials for the kids, some nice toys. 10 seconds down, friend. Oh, yes, the cuddly toys. Woo! Oh, I love to see it. Right, we're moving on to the bigger kids. Babe, we are in close to 30 seconds. Right, we still have lots of goodies to get. And officially 30 seconds left. 30 seconds. Okay, and we're around the corner. Sorbet is queen. Sorbet is life. Get that hampers. Don't forget about the manicure sets. Get some. 15 seconds left. 15 seconds. Oh, my nerves, my anxiety. Where's that? We're down to 10 seconds, boo. We're down to 10 seconds. Right, okay, and we're down to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh, was that everything you dreamed of?
Girl, you know I came in with a strategy, but time is of the essence. But I think I did well.
Absolutely. Look at all these gorgeous gifts. There are going to be a whole lot of happy mommies and babies, eh? Oh, I love it. Well done.
It makes me extremely grateful to be given the privilege. I'd like to look at it as a privilege, just to be able to give back this festive season, especially to an organization that truly puts women and children at the forefront.
I underestimated her. She came through and wow, what a great job she did. But I think it was that moment when she tightened up those boots that I knew, I could feel something is coming here. Something big is coming. So we all know that Clicks is the #1 destination for all your gifting needs. I'm talking about a gift for your mommy, your daddy, your auntie, your cousin, your neighbor, you name it. There is a gift for anyone, especially with the 3 for 2 deals. I'm talking about buying your 3 for 2 with the purple sticker and getting the cheapest one free. But wait, there's more. You can stand a chance to win your share in 1 million rand if you swipe your Clicks Club card when doing an online or in-store purchase. And of course, that then allows you to enter automatically into weekly random draws. It's a no-brainer. I think one of the greatest aspects about being a Clicks Beauty Squad member is the fact that I am this vessel to the market. I am able to share the great news of the marvelous deals, the offerings, the products, the innovation, and all the amazing deals that they have out here. So I am really privileged, and I'm happy that I get to be that person and have that responsibility. The thing that I love most about shopping at Clicks is the price point. I love that there is quality and quantity for an amazing price point. It also allows for inclusion, so everyone has access to these amazing offerings. I think that it is absolutely, fundamentally imperative that we all do our part in giving, especially on the backdrop of a pandemic that has restructured everyone's life. By sharing and caring and giving your bit, we're going to slowly but surely get back to that normal, or at least the new normal, by opening up our hearts and sharing as much as we can and giving. I think that is the most important thing at this time.
Thank you so much, TK. 'Tis the season of giving, and you can stand a chance of giving away 5,000 Rand worth of purple sticker Clicks products to a charity of your choice. Celebrate the joy of giving this festive season with Clicks. To enter, let us know which local charity you would like to donate these products to and why.
Now don't forget to add #ClicksFestive as well as #ClicksJoyOfGiving with your answer.
T's and C's can be found on afternoonexpress.co.za, and this competition will be running until Monday, the 22nd of November, 2021 at midnight.
Nandi, it's 3 for 2 time.
I will.
It's Click season.
Let me go and get the gun.
3 for the price of 2. Ooh, bye.
Get ready to celebrate the joy of giving, because nothing says festive season quite like Clicks.
3 for the price of 2. Ooh, 3 for the...
Giving you more, so you can give more.
It's Click season.
Clicks. Feel good, pay less.
Aye, Mzansi, did you see that? I came dressed for the occasion, dressed like a ninja, but it was all for such a worthy cause and truly a privilege. Thank you so much, Clicks. Now it's time for another dessert, and we're making it delightfully decadent with our strawberry and white chocolate cupcakes recipe. welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, Dumza, Chomam, I know you. You must be loving today's show.
I am in sweet tooth heaven. We are baking. We've got sweet treats. I am happy to be here today.
Courtesy of Jackie Cameron. Now, we're about to do something very special, ne? Okay, but before we get into all of that, I want to find out from you, Mzansi. Are you looking for something beautiful in a delicious feminine way? Well, what about strawberry and white chocolate cupcakes? It's a perfect for a tea party, dessert, breakfast, or my favorite, lunch of the day, brunch.
Yeah, so these are the private school cupcakes. So that's why we've got strawberries and we've got white chocolate. So simple. Literally just going to be popping all the flour, the chocolate chunks, because when it heats up, it's going to melt and get like lovely and oozing. And then we've got sugar going in here. And then I'm just going to stir that all around, and then I'm going to slowly start adding all the liquid amounts. But I'm needing from you some fat.
Yes, yes. As with all baking, I guess there has to be some fat in there. And today we're going to be using our Clover Classic fat spread. And I don't know if you know this, but it is ideal for any family. It's ideal for any type of use. Normally people would use it to spread, to bake, to cook. And today we are choosing to bake with it. So I'm going to put about 130 grams of our Clover Classic fat spread into our double boiler and melt it up for you. It is a source of 10 vitamins. So at least, even though it's indulgent, you do still know that you're getting some of the goodness from it. And I'm going to melt it down for you. Once that is done, you're going to start adding the wet ingredients, right?
I'm adding the vanilla, milk, whisked eggs, just so it incorporates a little bit easier. And then I'm also going to be adding strawberry chunks to it. But before we get there, it's also going to be topped with like a strawberry, I would say like a strawberry compote. What you're going to be, there we go.
Which is what I'm doing over here. Okay, because I've got let me go in with the water first. So we're adding some water, some sugar, and some strawberries. And in essence, what we're doing is reducing it.
Yeah, you're reducing it, you're cooking it, you're getting it just so it's almost kind of, jammy, compote-y.
Not only are you adding white chocolate chunks into your mixture, but you're also going to be adding your whole strawberries. So we're not only adding strawberries on the top, but also on the inside. And why is that? Do you just want to elevate?
Yeah, I think when you can make a cupcake, and I always say when you're having a blind tasting, you must be able to, it's a white chocolate and strawberry, I was going to say a muffin, cupcake. So you're wanting to be able to taste it. If you're blindfolded and you're biting into it, you want to be able to get it. So it really is just adding as much flavor as humanly possible. And when you're making a cupcake, it's not, and muffins, scones, you don't want to over-incorporate it because then slowly when it goes into the oven, it starts, you know, forming witches' hats and things like that. How's that going? That looks great,
Perfect.
Cool.
Jackie, I'm so glad that you kind of brought that up because I have seen different kind of muffin, cupcakes, whatever you prefer to call it. Some do have that kind of peaked, pointy top. Sometimes they become like, how can I say, like they go down, sunken. Sunken.
Sunken's normally because it's a little bit undercooked, so it's been taken out of the oven too early.
Okay, so what makes a perfect cupcake then? How can we just nail it every time?
Well, deliciousness.
Yes.
At the end of the day, it's just got to taste good because it might look perfect, but if it doesn't taste good, no one's going to eat it.
Well, this definitely does look perfect. I mean, I just got transported straight back to my childhood, you know, in a little lunchbox, cuffed in, having a nice muffin there. But I don't like sweetness, so let's see how I fare. Oh, there's that strawberry. Stunning.
And I want you to be able to tell us if you taste that because you mentioned something very important, which is what some people do, where you promise something and it's something else completely. So please let me know if you're tasting that white chocolate and the strawberries. I'm definitely seeing the strawberries.
You continue, honey. I'll let you know how I feel just now. Keep going.
Okay, so then I'm just going to be putting it into, you know, if you don't have cupcake holders, you can just spray it. You can put a little bit, you know, of any fat inside of here. You don't necessarily have to have, because, you know, like I was mentioning earlier, some people, it's almost kind of, I don't have this, so therefore I can't make it. You know, if you didn't have strawberries, you could use blueberries. You could put fresh fruit in. You know, you can work with it. Yeah. Then
I actually was about to say, as soon as I took a bite out of this, I can also imagine just incorporating those blackberries, blueberries, having that extra speck
We've
of
done it,
colour.
and we have done it with all different kinds of berries, all different flavours. Are you nearly ready there with the compote?
I think we're gonna do like we do in chef school, where the one person does. We've got a brigade, so the one chef does this,
a line.
and the next chef has this.
Well, as you guys continue making this beautiful, please do head over to afternoonexpress.co.za for this recipe.
So, we've had classic fashion from Timby, classic cars, thanks Chad, and we've seen classic hairstyles. And you, Michael? Classic.
A classic range from Clover. Timeless taste.
Made with love by Clover.
Jackie, it seems as if you have made baking a dream in the Afternoon Express loft. But just finally, as you're putting the finishing touches on those cupcakes, how long do they go in the oven and how hot?
180 for 25 minutes.
Oh, similar to the gingerbread. Just like that, Mzansi. Now we're listening to a magical story, then enjoying these delicious treats we've made when we return. I've done incredible. Welcome back to the show. Protecting your financial future isn't just about savings and investments, but it's also about protecting yourself in the event that you're not able to work and earn an income. For example, what would happen if you got into an accident and were temporarily or permanently disabled? Well, I met with the Standard Bank insurance team to find out how we can extend our existing life policies to cover against disabilities and make sure that we stay financially afloat no matter what. A disability may seem like something that can only happen to other people, but you can never be too prepared when it comes to your insurance portfolios. Enduring a disability can leave you without an income and put your entire family under tremendous financial strain. Today, I'm meeting with the Standard Bank insurance team to find out how we can extend our life insurance policies for that peace of mind. Ladies, you look so beautiful today, but what I truly want to pick is your mind as we just continue the conversation of unpacking policies, insurance, and making sure we're covered against all types of uncomfortable situations. Now, ladies, I know this might sound like a bit of an obvious one, but why would you encourage someone to take out a cover against a disability?
I think the unfortunate thing is that even if you're disabled, you have an obligation with your debt. So be covered for it. And then you get different kinds of disability benefits, temporary versus permanent disability. You still have those obligations. You might need those benefits to pay out for a renovation in your house or just your general obligations from a household perspective.
Now, Elaine, Sonia alluded to two types of disabilities, temporary and permanent. What's the difference?
There is quite a distinct difference between temporary disability and permanent disability. And as the name suggests, when it comes to temporary disability, it's a disability that renders you incapable of continuing with your daily lifestyle, but for a temporary period of time. Usually it lasts up to 180 days, that's about 6 months. And it suggests that after that period, you will be able to resume normal work again and you'll be able to earn an income. And the benefit for a temporary disability is then restricted to that time period that you are temporarily disabled for. With permanent disability, it suggests something more serious that's not going to go away, such as losing an arm, or you get into a car accident and you are permanently disabled, become a paraplegic. So you are not able to continue life as you would normally have previously. And sometimes with permanent disability, you just can't resume working again either. And this is where the benefit comes in, where you would either get the full amount of your disability benefit or you'd get a proportion of the disability benefit depending on the extent of the physical disability.
Got you. Quite an obvious difference between the two. But something I've experienced recently is I just took out a policy, and when I was going through the process, they asked me a lot of health questions before they were able to give me a premium quote. Why is that?
It's necessary to ask health questions to allow the insurer to assess and understand where you are and the space that you are in terms of your health, and to charge you a premium that's fair for your specific needs. So your health needs may be different from somebody else, and your likelihood of being disabled may be different from someone else, and so your premium will be charged in accordance to you specifically.
To add to that, and as Elaine has alluded, sometimes they will ask you to go for a blood test or some medical underwriting in terms of a physical test from your physician, and that will then be assessed based on your individual profile.
Well, clearly it is quite crucial to not only ensure that you're covered, but especially if you find yourself in a very vulnerable position of having a disability. Thank you so much, I appreciate it. No one likes to think of the worst case scenario, but your future self will be super thankful that you took the time to plan and protect your future. Reach out to the Standard Bank insurance team as they're on standby to give you the right cover that best suits your needs. They're just a click or a phone call away.
Protect what matters and get a quote for a life insurance plan that suits your needs and stand a chance to win one of 8 Samsung Galaxy S21 phones plus 100 gigs of Standard Bank mobile data for a year. To enter, SMS the keyword LIFE to 31492 to get a callback and a quote. It can be. You could be a winner.
Reading is a gift to be shared in our own words this festive season. So why not gift your words to children of South Africa with Cadbury Dairy Milk? Be a part of the change, one translation and one page at a time with us to help co-author these children's festive stories written in our local languages. As we are joined by storyteller and writer Bayeletsi, recently published her festive themed story, The Magic Calendar, for the initiative. She'll be sharing with us the greatest gift of all this afternoon, the gift of reading. Bayeletsi, let's hear the magic of the words in action.
Almost all the children in Lot's class had plans for the festive season. Some were going to the beach, others overseas to have a Christmas with snow, and others were going camping. Lot did not have any plans. Lot heard Mama talking to Granny on the phone. I am working to make money for the new school year. Going away is expensive, she said. The next morning, a parcel arrived from Granny. It was addressed to Lot. It is a calendar. There is a letter too, Lot said. She put the calendar aside and started with the letter. Dear Lot, my love, Lot read. This is not just a calendar. It is a magic Advent adventure calendar. Lot was to open each window of the Advent calendar on the right day, or the magic would not happen. She had to open it first thing in the morning before brushing her teeth, and she had to keep her calendar under her pillow when she went to bed. The next day, Lot opened the first window as soon as she woke up. Suddenly, she heard the sound of the ocean and then Granny's voice. Welcome to day 1 of our adventure. Say the word ocean 3 times, slowly. At the third ocean, she felt a big rush of air in the bedroom. Before she could make sense of what was going on, she was at the beach with Granny. How did this happen? Won't my mom look for me? Where are we? Lot asked question after question. Lot, my love, we won't have time to enjoy our adventure if all we did was ask and answer questions, Granny said, taking Lot's hand. Lot and Granny watched the waves going in and out of the blue ocean and smelled its fresh smell. Eventually, Granny spoke. It is time to go home. Remember what you did to come here? Yes, I had to say ocean 3 times, Lot answered, her voice a little sad. Lot gave Granny one last hug and began to speak. Ocean. A strong wind picked her up, and before she could say the third ocean, she was back in her bedroom. December passed quickly. On the 23rd of December, Granny told Lot to rest because on Christmas Eve, they had to open the last window. Tomorrow, ask Mama to join you, Granny said. Lot realized, she had better tell Mama about what she had been up to. The calendar Granny sent me is an adventure calendar that can magically take you places, Lot said. Mama smiled knowingly. Wait, did you know about this? Lot asked. Yes, my love. Every grandchild in our family can go on the adventure once in their life. Only a grandmother can go with a grandchild. I didn't know our family was so cool.
Bayeletsi, I love that story. I mean, first and foremost, I want to leave a little mystery for our viewers to ensure that they can get their hands on this magical book indeed. Not only congratulations to you on authoring this incredible book, truly putting us in the festive mood, but also what an enchanting story.
Thank you so much. I hope the kids do enjoy reading the story and then the parents themselves go on this adventure. And you know what? Who needs a passport when you've got a little bit of magic?
A queen, absolutely. Now give your words this festive season and help co-author a festive-themed story to be added to the Cadbury Dairy Milk in our own words library so all children can enjoy wondrous stories of the most wonderful season. Visit www.cadbury.co.za and follow at Cadbury Dairy Milk SA on Facebook or at Cadbury_SA on Twitter and Instagram to find out more and start translating your own words today. From beautiful words to delicious food. Jackie Cameron, you have done incredibly today, but we are not done. Please give us a recap and remind us what we made.
So we've got gingerbread, we've got our strawberry and white chocolate cupcakes that we made today, and then on social media, what we presented was the quiche Lorraine.
Love that. This whole show was festive season fun, good food, even better company. Jackie, thank you for coming through.
Thank you very much for having me.
Dumi, you said at the beginning of the show that this is like you're going back to class. Is that exactly what it was?
Girl, I want to make sure that what I've been learning is exactly what's here, because now from master to student, I want to make sure that we've learned the right way. So I'm going in.
Well, do enjoy. This one is for all the sweet teens. Now, are you ready to call your friends over for some summer food fun? Well, be sure you're prepped with all of our recipes from this week. And if you missed any of them, we've got you covered with our repeats on Saturday at 8:30 a.m. Then be sure that you get up close and personal with us next Tuesday and Thursday from 5:30 p.m. as Dumi and I share our favorite meals with you. But until then, Mzansi City, good night, stay safe and happy eating. Goodbye. Nothing beats being free.